From the departure of Jimbo Fisher to the beginning of lethal simplicity, from an Elite Eight run to college baseball history, my name is Michael Hudak. After an unpredictable and unforgettable 2017 to 2018 school year, I sat down with FSU Athletic Director Stan Wilcox to discuss the state of the Noles. Mr. Wilcox, how are you?
I'm doing great, really good.
I want to start on a personal note for you because you are in your 5th year here as athletic director at Florida State University. You've been a part of some very historic moments in this university's history already. I want to know personally for you, how have you seen the university and the students here that you've come across, how have you seen them change and grow since you first started here?
Well, I'd probably have to say, first, when you talk about the university and the changes that I've kind of seen and how it's grown, you don't really see a growth unless there's always a crane in the air. And here at Florida State, since my time of arrival here, every year there's a crane in the air on some part of campus, and that means progress. So I think from that perspective, I've seen this university grow, and I've seen the students as well as our student athletes grow from it because they're all getting a better experience.
I'm going to take you back a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Saturday, November 25th, everything was pretty harmonious inside the visitors' locker room down in Gainesville. FSU beating their hated rivals for the 5th straight year, and it was a pretty incredible moment. The next day, there were some reports coming out of a television station in Houston that Jimbo Fisher was possibly considering taking a job with Texas A&M. By Friday morning, his Christmas tree is sitting out on his sidewalk. The players found out before he had the chance to tell them. I'm wondering for you, from your position, what was that week, that time in between, what was that like for you?
Well, it was, just like any other situation that comes up, it became a challenge. And you have to be prepared for these types of challenges. And each year that I was here, we had rumors about him potentially leaving. And, I think we got to a point where, the rumors became more and more prevalent.
Jimbo, do you still expect to coach the game on Saturday, or was there any talks of you not coaching the game?
No. And this year we kind of knew that it was a good possibility because the individual that was courting him basically had a relationship with him at LSU, etc. And so that week for me really was somewhat of a blur.
I think that everyone can understand, or at least begin to understand, the internal struggle that comes with making any life-changing decision. But without judging the actual decision of him going to Texas A&M, do you feel like he could have handled the process of getting there and telling everyone a little bit better?
Hindsight is always 20/20, and I'm sure that Jimbo, when he thinks about that in hindsight, he may feel that way. All I can say is that Jimbo was going to do it in his time, and then we had to, obviously on our time, had to figure out, well, we got to know if you're going to be here or not, because if you're not, we have to find somebody else to coach that last game. I think at some point we both mutually agreed that he needed to tell us one way or the other, and which he did, and then we had to move on from there.